100 years of accepted science was completely shattered. Our entire understanding of the laws of the universe forever transformed when this man, Albert Einstein, one of the greatest minds to ever live, published his revolutionary scientific theories that revealed the true nature behind our entire reality. Starting overnight, he rocketed from unknown to the most famous scientist to ever live. He was on front-page covers of newspapers and magazines. Celebrities invited him to their movie premieres. He was awarded a well-deserved Nobel Prize. But behind his public image, Albert Einstein hid a secret of unimaginable power. A manifestation loophole that was not only the key to unlocking his fame, success, and acclaim, but allowed him to attract a hidden $108 million fortune. You and I were never supposed to discover his secret. But today, that's all about to change as Einstein's loophole becomes your loophole, opening the entire treasure vault of the universe. Imagine simply making a request for your desires and suddenly stepping inside your brand new dream home, taking the wheel of your first-class luxury car, checking off every last destination on your bucket list, receiving a big raise in promotion, bouncing back from a divorce or health issue, owning your own successful business, or even attracting your soulmate into your life. Hi, my name is Kevin Rogers, and I know all this may sound a little crazy, but this is 100% real. As you're about to discover, Einstein's loophole is unlike anything you've ever tried before. It's not theory. It's something you actually experience, something you get to live and breathe. When you turn it on, it's like the universe is being forced to deliver your every request to you on a silver platter. Anything and everything you've desired is magically pulled into your reality, starting in just minutes. Now, let me be clear. This has nothing to do with the law of attraction. There's no wishing or waiting for results. Instead, I'm talking about something as scientifically proven as the simple seesaw. Everybody knows when you apply just the right amount of weight on one end, the other end always tips in the direction you desire. Every single time. In just minutes from now, I'll show you exactly how to activate this powerful Einstein loophole for yourself. It will empower you. It will inspire you. It will lead you to greatness. That's all coming up in just a moment. But first, let me take a quick step back to where this journey started. You see, not too long ago, I felt like I was running myself to death inside the hamster wheel from hell, trapped in a dead-end job, scraping to get by. Each morning, a sense of dread filled the pit of my stomach as the blaring alarm clock harshly pried my eyes open. Every part of me resisted getting out of bed. I didn't want to face the day. But somehow, I'd force myself up and eventually into my car for the bumper-to-bumper snail crawl across town. From sunrise to sunset, I spent my day caged inside my tiny, windowless cubicle, just waiting out the clock. Lunch and bathroom breaks had to be approved by my boss. At times, it felt like he was the warden and I was his prisoner. When I finally left at the end of the day, I often wouldn't even get a glimpse of sunlight. It was already dark. When I got home, I barely relaxed at all before heading off to bed and doing it all over again. The only bright spot in my life? Well, that was my beautiful wife, Allison. She was my soulmate. We were destined to be together. But over time, my lack of success started feeling like an anchor dragging our relationship into deep, deep water. Despite pushing myself to work harder, we kept falling behind. Credit card debt started piling on. Rent and bills became past due. Our cars began needing costly repairs. And we were even hit by unexpected medical expenses that left us thousands of more dollars in debt. I felt like a total loser. I wanted to buy Allison nice gifts, treat her to nights out at fancy restaurants, and tell her she could order anything off of the menu. But the reality was, I could barely afford to keep the lights on. All the while, her parents, who wanted her to marry a rich lawyer or doctor, encouraged her to leave me. She told me she loved me for who I was. But in the back of my mind, I feared that one day she really might find someone else. I wanted to make an impact. I wanted to help people. I wanted to change the world. But at that moment, it felt like all I could do was just keep the debt collectors from banging down our door. Maybe you can relate to some of what I'm talking about. You want to live a life rich with passion and purpose. You want to achieve more success in your career and deeper connections in your personal life. You want to provide for your loved ones, to give them all the opportunities you never had access to. You want more flexibility and freedom to live life on your own terms. But as you get older, it's like life is a way of putting more and more obstacles in your way. Growing debt, health issues, surprise expenses like the transmission or furnace going out, maybe even divorce or the loss of someone you love. And slowly, maybe without even realizing it, it's like the old you with big dreams and hopes for the future fades away. Deep down, you may feel like your life has gone way off track, that you're a million miles away from serving your true calling. Well, from coaching people of all different ages and places in life, I've found that it is never too late to get back on track. All it takes is the willingness to do something other than what you've tried up to this point. Now, even though we know this at a gut level, sometimes it takes a little nudge from the universe to force us into action. My nudge? It came from the most adorable little angel, my first daughter, Jessica. Now, I have to say, when I first learned my wife Allison was expecting, it was one of the happiest days of my life. I was thrilled. It was a huge milestone in our lives. I was going to be a father. But it wasn't long before reality set in. I remember looking online at my bank account after the bills had been paid and watching in horror by what I saw. I thought it was a typo at first, but no, the balance was $3.12. Forget saving for my little girl's college fund. I didn't even have enough money for the pack of diapers we were going to need very soon. My mind started racing. I started sweating. My breath became shallow, and a stabbing pain filled my chest. I knew I was having a panic attack, but the pain was real, and for a moment, I felt like I was having a heart attack. My life was over. In that moment, I realized if I kept going down the same path I was on, nothing was going to change. I'd be trapped running in the hamster wheel until I collapsed from a deadly cocktail of stress and exhaustion. Now, I'd always dreamed of starting my own business, being in charge of my own destiny. But it wasn't until this breakdown I finally gained the courage to make it happen. Starting on the weekends, I began an online business. I was determined to turn it into a real full-time income. I truly believed that if I put in enough hours, everything would fall into place. But despite working as hard as I could, it was like nothing I touched worked. I almost threw in the towel. That's when destiny came calling. I was invited to a Tony Robbins motivational seminar. Most of the event was a blur, but